In this short video, I'm going to share with you some quad strengthening exercises, core strengthening exercises based on the Pralaya Yoga method. And for those of you that have been in my classes, you'll know that I have often done these type of exercises sitting on a block in a straddle leg position, trying to lift one leg while isolating the quadricep to do the movement. Now today I'm going to show you some variations on that, taught to me by a fellow Pralaya Yoga teacher, Adam Searle. So you can do these ones without sitting on a block, as long as you're able to sit up easily with your shoulders and ears aligning over your hips. So if you can sit up easily, maybe using just a couple fingers beside you, then you're welcome to do it this way. Or you can put a block underneath your hips, and that will make it easier on the hip flexors and the alignment of the pelvis. Okay? So I'm going to show this without using a block under my hips. So sitting in Dandasana or staff pose, when you're in this pose, the idea to help you sit up is to start engaging your quadriceps. If you place your fingertips down, that can help you lengthen your core, specifically this area between the pelvis and the low ribs, in order to be able to turn on the quadriceps more. And when you turn on the quadriceps, it also lengthens this. So it's kind of a chicken and egg thing. So in this pose, you can keep a couple fingers down, and what you're going to do is you're going to shift your weight, right sit bone, left sit bone, right sit bone, left sit bone, just so you get the hang of shifting to one side. Then we're going to stay on the right side, and I want you to flex your feet, or specifically the right foot, and then reach that right foot beyond the left one. Now on an exhale, see if you can turn the toes upward and lighten or lift that foot. Good. Now working on your left side, shift the weight over to the left side, possibly using your fingers to help lift the chest a little more, and then slide that left heel forward, lighten or lift the left heel. Now we can do a version similar to the one that I've typically taught, where you twist away, and that's going to further help you to not use your abdominals. So now we're going to shift the weight onto the right hip, like we did before, and then turn your torso to the left. Slide the heel of the right foot beyond the heel of the left, and then flexing that foot on an exhale, lighten or lift that foot. Good, you might feel some strong contractions in the upper thigh. That's a sign that you're doing this well and you're getting into some strength that you haven't developed. Shift onto the left hip, twisting to your right. Slide the left heel beyond the right, toes pointing upward, lighten or lift that heel on an exhale. Good, the more you reach the heel away, the stronger the contraction as well. Now we're going to move feet about mat width. I'm not actually sitting on a mat, but this isn't your widest straddle. So just a nice small straddle here. Same idea, use the fingertips to lighten the upper body and lengthen the chest. And then we're going to reach our weight onto the right sit bone and then reach the right heel forward out of the hip joint. And then on an exhale, can you lighten or lift that leg? Good, you might feel that strong contraction. Try the left side now. Shift the weight onto the sit bone, slide the heel out. On an exhale, lighten or lift. Now for the twisting variations, you can take your right hand between the legs as you shift the weight onto that right heel, lengthen up and twist to the left. On an exhale, you're going to reach that heel forward, toes pointing up, lighten or lift the heel. Good. Twisting the opposite direction. Shifting the weight onto the left heel now. Sitting tall, reach the heel forward, and on an exhale, lighten or lift the heel. Good. Now for our final variation. Opening your legs into a wider straddle. Again, you can check at any of these points when you open the legs if you need to come onto a block. So I'll just show, for example, this final variation sitting on a block. If you have a lot of experience, you might want to actually open your legs wider than they want to go by default. Okay, starting version, fingertips on the ground, lengthening the chest up, shift the weight onto the right heel. On an exhale, slide the heel away and then see if you can lighten or lift that heel. Good, now working on the left hip. Lengthen the heel away. Weights on that hip. On an exhale, lighten your lift. Good, so that's a lot more work for me than the previous two versions. And then, of course, you can do the twisting variations. Shift onto that right hip, lengthen the chest up. On an exhale, slide that right heel away. See if you can lighten or lift that heel. And then final, moving onto that left hip, sliding the hip away. Taking a breath. On your exhale, see if you can lighten or lift. Now I'm working through my arm a little bit there. So this version was a little bit hard with my legs extended. And that is quad stretching. Afterwards, take a nice downward dog and feel how strong your legs are. How much easier it might be for you to get the weight back over the heels by lifting the hips up and back. And maybe even lighten the toes. Thank you.